Today we are going to look at a plant called Flamingia. This Flamingia is quite a large group of some 30 or 50 species at least. And primarily the diversity of this species is found in China. China has some 20 or 30 species it seems, and then Burma also has quite a few. Then India is supposed to have about 15 of them. And this one, what I am covering, is most probably Flamingia semialata. If not, it may be Flamingia microphylla also. There are some small technical difficulties, differences, but for our purpose, this is the closest identification I could get. And now let's look at the flower. It has very tiny flowers, but they're quite pretty and nice also. This Flamingia has some commercial applications. That is, some scientists and all have studied it, crop research people, and identified this as one of the good plant for lac cultivation. In case you don't know, lac is a resin that's produced by some insects, and it's mentioned in Mahabharata and all that Pandavas, this Kauravas had built a palace made of lac for the Pandavas, because they wanted to set it on fire later. So this lac was known from Mahabharata. It's about 4,000 or 5,000 years old. So since prehistoric times, this lac is known to humanity and has been used in many ways. So this lac cultivation, it seems it happens, that lac is produced by a particular insect that is that kind of sucks the sap of these trees, some species of trees, and then it produces a resin, and that resin has some unique properties. So that resin is the commercial product, that lac. And earlier this lac cultivation was done in this forest borders and all by tribal communities, and then this tribe is not the right word, I would say by forest edge and forest dwelling communities. For them this lac was a good crop, and it could be grown on wild trees of that palash and few other species. However, now those species have disappeared. They have become much less, and for commercial production, they are not finding enough host trees. And moreover, if someone wants to do a plantation and do this as a crop, this lac, planting those trees that take a long time to grow, and then they can start harvesting, all that is too time consuming. And this Flamingia has been identified as a good plant for growing that lac. So if it's a shrub, it doesn't become too big, and grows also much faster than those trees. So that is one interesting feature about this one. Then apart from that, it is occurring quite a bit in Bihar, Orissa, and then some Himalayan regions, foothills and all. And then scattered populations of this plant is there in other parts, and here this area where I am covering, which is coastal belt of Karnataka, also it is there. Here and there some small group patches are there, and it has some herbal applications also, it seems. And some of the Flamingia, this in Papua New Guinea and all, it has some tuber which they are eating. So This can't be exactly called showy or anything, though the seeds look quite nice. But it's a good border plant for farms and gardens and all. And it's one of our endemic species, so it's a good thing to keep in the garden. And then the small parts, if one is the connoisseur of natural shapes and forms and all, then these are very beautiful. However, they are about not even 1 centimeter, so you have to sit close and peer at them. So here you can see a proper look of the flower, and then it's being pollinated by ants. Then I think this is a seed pod. Yeah, it pops like a crotalaria type of this thing, and then the beans are there inside. So this can be multiplied from seeds, and then it's a legume, so it will enrich the soil. It's hardy. Here it is growing amidst the somebody's farm. I mean the farm edge. I don't think this is an introduced plant. It's there come on its own. And there's some cashew trees and such things are there. So kind of somewhat wasteland, you can say. So here this one is a huge patch of them are occurring, some 20 or 50 plants. So that is a bit about this Flemingia. And little bit the location I'll show. It's a slopey area with actually soil is quite poor. Here you can see the road making, it's just laterite rock, maybe a few centimeters of soil may be there. So in degraded places, and then where they can't do irrigation, such places, and then forest borders, dry lands and all, this is a good plant to have as well as to cultivate commercially. And that lac also, it seems it has a demand in United States and many countries. India and Burma and all are exporting lac, and it's used in many industrial applications also. So this is a interesting plant, and it's worth to have in biodiversity gardens and natural gardens and all, a few plants at least.